Yo, what's going on? It's Pluto here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how the words that you use in your everyday life actually do play an effect on you. Before I get this video started, I want to say that I appreciate everyone who has been looking at the videos. Basically, the support on all platforms. I really do appreciate it. And it's only up from here. I'm going to keep grinding and keep going. I'm going to post shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks every single day. I'm going to keep going and going. But I really do appreciate everything that you guys have been doing for me. I really do appreciate it. And before this video gets started, I wanted to upload this a bit earlier. I mean, that's irrelevant. There's no point in telling you guys this. I'm here now. And make sure you like, subscribe. And yeah. Alright. About today's topic, though. The words you say do have an effect on who you are. For the most part, not every single word, of course. But it's not like you listen to NBA Youngboy all the time. You actually fucking kill someone. There's some people that actually might take into account of that. Ja Morant. But the point is, I don't think most people are like Ja Morant. So, yeah. But what I mean by like words that have an influence in life, I mean words that like, I'm depressed, I'm tired, I'm fat. That's more of a female thing. I don't really hear a man that's not fat say that he's fat. But with I'm tired, though, I think I'm tired is probably the most prominent one. I think you could probably legitimately relate to this. Or you might be the one who says it, or you see it in everyday life when like it's kind of like a conversation thing. It's kind of like a little small talk way. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm tired." Yeah, I'm tired too. Or how are you? Oh, how you doing? I'm tired. Same or whatever. But things about I'm tired. I never really use the word I'm tired, and there's nothing wrong if you do use the word I'm tired. But at least be tired of something that you actually like worked hard on. Like you actually had like a, like a good working day, right? But like, if you literally have done probably fucking nothing all day and sit on the couch and watch TV, then do you like you shouldn't really be obligated to say that you're tired. I mean, you didn't really do shit. So like, if you're sick or something and you're tired, okay, that's understandable. But like I said, if you just sat on the couch, ate chips, and binge watched a TV show, then like, what the fuck are you saying you're tired? You did literally nothing. But you should have more energy. Think about it. It sounds like you should have more energy, but you kind of don't have more energy because if you surround yourself around that aura of just like when you think of tired, when someone does what they're tired, is they rest, they just like chill out, put something on, take a nap, go to sleep, read a book, something. But when you surround yourself with that type of energy and you have done anything all day, you're not technically tired before you do it, then you will kind of put yourself in that aura of being tired. And like I said, if you haven't done anything really special all day, why the hell are you tired? But also, when I say that, I don't say I'm tired. Of course, I'm human at the end of the day. There's sometimes where I do feel drowsy or anything. But most of the time, most people are not tired because they worked hard every single day. And I believe that working, if you, let's say, you work a 9 to 5, right? You work those 8 hours. I mean, yeah, I can understand that you did work. But I mean, that's kind of what everyone fucking does, man. Like, literally everyone goes to the struggle in a different type of way. Or I guess you say the American dream. But if you don't live in America, we just, like, kind of, the way of life is better than the American dream. I'm going to say it because I live in America, obviously. But the way of life, I would say that's the way of life. You work, get your money. So you just survive. It's the way of life is basically surviving. No matter what circumstance you're in, first, second, third world country. It's just you have to survive. But with the other ones too, like I think another one that a stigma that I hear a lot is overthinking too. Overthinking is not necessarily a bad thing, and I think that people are made to overthink. If you really like, come on, humans are like have the most complex brain out of any animal, really. Of course, you made a fucking think, man. Like, come on. But when people take into account for overthinking, I think it's a lack for subpar actions or just kind of like it's kind of a way of not taking accountability. If you really think about it, it's kind of it's my bad that I took what you said like this because I overthink a lot. Of course, you can, like, let's say a situation happened, like your mom hasn't answered your call in 10 minutes and she went to the grocery store, right? She has been answering for 10 minutes and you might think, oh, this bad happened, this bad happened, this bad happened. But that, I guess you could say that's overthinking. But the thing is, though, that is something that you can control and it cannot be a scapegoat for literally every action that is like that and living like that. And that kind of fear and anxiety is not good at all. And the people that live like that, I mean, they just really do use it as a scapegoat, and it kind of harms them to like self-progress. Like I said this many times before, the first step of solving the problem is acknowledging it. So the fact that you do not acknowledge that you kind of kind of put like a negative connotation on a lot of things that happen, or anything that does have some sort of like a bad repertoire to it. That is not something good at all, and you absolutely do need to fix that. And I think everyone is subject to that, but some people take it to a lot more extreme than other people do. But overthinking is, I overthink all the time. I overthink all the time, and guess what? I praise that as a good thing. I overthink all the time, and shit. I'll call myself an overthinker. I play life like how it is a chess game, man. You got to think ahead. You got to think: is this the best move? This is the worst move? There's nothing wrong with playing it out at all. There's nothing wrong with playing it out. Yes, I'm an overthinker, and I think people should adopt the fact that overthinking is actually a good thing. And if you do put a negative connotation to it, that's something that you have to work on with yourself. And you got to go on your own journey. And you can only lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. So you have to do it on your own terms, no matter how much someone does persuade you to actually do that. But let's see another social stigma. I see like social anxiety too. A lot of people put that on themselves too. And I believe that, listen, there are sometimes that let's say you go up for like a speech in front of like your class or something, right? Of course you're going to be anxious, right? Or nervous or whatever. I mean, that's a human trait. Being nervous and anxious is a human trait. Everyone has some degree of it. Not all the time, but like when something kind of like has a bit of relevance to your life, then you will of course have a degree of nervousness or anxiety for the most part. Of course, if you do something a lot, the more you do it, the more you put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, the better you will be at it. Like for example, let's say you hate talking, like you hate doing class speeches or whatever, right? When you do a class presentation, the more you put yourself in that situation, the more you realize that A, it's not that bad, and B, you get better and better and better and better every single time. The more you do something, the better you get at it. Practice makes perfect is 100% true. Of course, there's some situation that it isn't. For the most part, it very much is. And also social anxiety too. It's like when you have a one-on-one conversation with someone, right? There's a lot of things that play a part of conversation other than what you say, body language, tone of voice, all that type of stuff. I could do a whole nother video on it. But the fact that let's say you're socially anxious, right? Someone just wants to talk to you or whatever, right? There's nothing wrong with you not wanting to talk to someone, but at least acknowledging the person is there is, some like, how would I say it? Manner. It's like some type of mannerism, and a very rude thing you do someone is completely ignore the fact that they were there. That is very, very rude. Definitely one of the most rude things you could do. And even if it's a stranger, but some people are like, oh, who gives a fuck? But I mean, like, come on. If you surround yourself with that type of energy, it's gonna really get you nowhere. But also, if you're an introvert too, there's nothing wrong with being an introvert. Like, I think I'm an introvert at heart, but here I am in front of a camera speaking perfectly. Not okay. I'm gassing myself up. I definitely do not speak perfectly. Let's get that down. I don't know why I said that. I definitely know not to speak perfectly at all. You just watch me do a flaw right there. I've started in this video. I've kind of, I think there was one time I right now when I said that, like, you ignore something I said, but that was kind of fucked up too, and I reiterated what I said. But I mean, that's the way of life, man. You gotta start somewhere. But for sure, you cannot like just blame everything on your social anxiety on why you don't want to better yourself as a person. And I think that is another thing with depression too. That there's nothing wrong with being depressed, but depression is a little bit too much. And you might be like, oh, you don't know what people are going through. Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't, but I mean, there's probably someone out there that's going worse than you. There's someone that's losing there's like family members or their whole family, matter of fact. There's people that don't have running water, there's people that don't have electricity or a home to live in, and they don't know where they're gonna get for the next meal. And there's people out here in a first world country like America that live in a house with shelter, running water, electricity, and they over here and take their life for granted because of something that happened. And the day that you learn that everything happens for a reason is absolute killer, and that will help you so much. And I believe in that everything happens for a reason. I don't care what the fuck it is. Let's say I lose my parent, boom, that's a signal for me to get on my grind harder and do what I was trying to do for them when they were here. Got to get my grind harder, or maybe you didn't appreciate them enough. But I think everything legitimate, like literally everything happens for a reason. So even if it's something that's out of control, it happens for a reason. Maybe it's to remind you that you need to be appreciative for what you had. Maybe it's to remind you that you need to grind harder. But yeah, kind of what words you use in your vocabulary do have an effect on what you say. For example, like people who use, like, let's say someone uses a hard R, right? That ain't the first time they fucking use that word. I'll tell you that much. Hell no, it's not the first time they use that fucking word. That word's been in their vocabulary for a while. It just took a while for it to slip out. And I don't think a lot of people do realize that. I can't just sit here and just like let it out, and then you're like, oh, it happened one time, that bad. No, that's not fucking true at all. Everyone that says it 100% has that word in their vocabulary and has said it more than once, but they finally got caught doing it. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Make sure you guys do like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. I'm gonna keep going. There's only higher mountains to climb. Pluto here, and I'm out. Y'all stay blessed.